elemental hero, Honest Neo.
Be sure to get your playmat today at tsx1.com.
So, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Sam from Team Samurai when you're happy. Saturday! What's going on, guys? Happy Saturday. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your weekend. Remember, tomorrow is Mother's Day. I know some mothers that play Yu-Gi-Oh! So I don't know what you guys are waiting for. Get your mom a playmat today. Link down below because your boy is having a wide website sale this week only. Brand new TXS1 custom sleeves is available for pre-order as well. So what are you guys waiting for, bro? Get your sleeves today in the link down below. Today I'm coming at you with the brand new Ursarctic deck profile. This deck is super duper fun. This deck is a combo heavy deck. So you draw 1-2 cards, boom, 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 unbreakable board. Smash thumbs up button if you guys haven't already, and I won't waste any more of your time. Without further ado, start with the brand new Ursarctic deck profile. Let's do it, baby. Start with the monster quick and play, of course, triple copy of the brand new Ursarctic McPolar right here. This card is absolutely insane. I truly believe this is one of the only Ursarctic monsters that you should be playing triple copies of in the entire deck, especially for this variation that I'm showcasing you guys. This deck is focused on going first and trying to combo off as efficiently as possible. The really good thing about all the Ursarctic monsters is that you can activate their effects during the main phase of either player's turn. And all the Ursarctic monsters have the special ability where you can tribute one other level 7 or higher monster from your hand to special summon themselves, okay, during either player's main phase, which is ridiculous. And each of the monsters have special abilities whenever they're special summoned. Like McPolar, for example, if this card is special summoned, you can add an Ursarctic monster directly from your deck to your hand. So essentially a straddle sort of deck, which is really, really good. And the only restriction clause that these Ursarctic monster, when you're special summoning them this way, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except for monsters with a level. So you can special summon synchros, fusions, but once you use its effect for the rest of the turn, you can't link summon or you can't XC summon, unfortunately. So McPolar, nonetheless, really good. One of the main starter cards in the entire deck. This card works best obviously on your turn, so you can add disruption cards like Mega Polar or cards like the Mega Tennis directly from your deck to your hand, so that way you can interrupt your opponent during their turn, which is really good. But nonetheless, card is just absolutely amazing. It's your searcher for the deck, so triple copies of the McPolar. Next, you're only playing 2 copies of the bigger guys, of course. So these are the level 8 monsters. You're playing 2 copies of Mega Polar. Same effect as Mike Polar. Quick effect, you contribute 1 level 7 or higher monster from your hand, special summon this card. And if this card is special summoned, while you control another Ursarctic monster, you can target 1 spawn trap card your opponent controls and destroy it. So this card is kind of like a Paleozoic Oleonoids, aka MST for the deck, which is really good. Like I said, guys, their effects can be used during either player's turn. So on your opponent's turn, if you know they're playing, a back row heavy deck, you're trying to disrupt their spawn trap card plays, you can actually activate this card's effect to special summon itself to your side of the field during your opponent's turn to pop a spawn trap, which is absolutely amazing. So Mega Polar is insane in my opinion. Next, you're playing double copies of Ursarctic Mega Tatnus right here. This card's kind of like Paleozoic Canadia. Same summoning condition. When it's special summoned while you control another Ursarctic monster, you can basically book and moon 1 monster your opponent controls, which is insane. So, if your opponent is playing a Link heavy base deck, you summon this card, book and moon one of your opponent's monster. Playing against Burning Abyss, they summon a bunch of monsters. You just book and moon one of the Burning Abyss monsters, destroying the whole entire field. This card is just absolutely insane. So this is the Book of Moon. This is the MST. Next, for the one-ofs, we're playing 1 copy of Megabillis. This card is the DD Crow. The one McBillis right here. This card right here lets you special summon a Ursarctic monster from your hand, which is absolutely incredible. But only 1 copy is needed. You don't need more than 1 copy of this card. If you need any of these cards, you can always search it off Departure, or you can search it off Mike Polar. So there shouldn't be a reason why you're playing 3 copies of these cards right here. They're just like bricks in the deck, in my opinion. You'd rather search them instead of just seeing too many copies of these cards in your hand. And Mike Tennis, this card recycles a Ursarctic monster from your graveyard to your hand, which is insane. So only 1 copy of these. I feel like these have more utility. You can argue that you can also play double copies of Megabillis right here because it is the DD Crow, and of course the DD Crow effect comes up in today's metagame, against cards like the Lich or Miscellaneous Source. You can also bump this card up to 2 if you guys would like, but for this specific variation of the deck, I felt like this ratio is just absolutely perfect. And if you ever need a certain Ursarctic monster, you can always search it directly from your deck to your hand, either off Mike Polar Polar or Ursarctic Departure, which you're playing 3 copies of in the deck. This card is insane. I've seen a lot of builds where they don't even play this card at all. This card is Melody of the Awakening Dragons. Like, I don't understand why people don't play this card, and especially with the version that I'm playing, which is the combo version. This card combos off so well with Deep Sea Aria is absolutely ridiculous. So you discard a card, add 2 Ursarctic monster directly from your deck to your hand, and since all the Ursarctic monster have the ability to tribute 1 level 7 or higher monster from your hand, you can actually banish this card from the graveyard instead of using that ability. So it's kind of like Return of the Dragon Lords, but instead of just tributing a card in your hand, you can just banish Ursarctic Departure instead. So this card is insane. I don't know why nobody's playing this card as a 3-of in the deck. Like, this card is ridiculous, especially with Deep Sea Aria, man. This card is just so good. It's like the main core of the deck in my opinion. Next, I'm also playing triple copies of Ursarctic Slider. Slider is ridiculous, comboing off really well with Deep Sea Aria, like being able to banish cards like, you know, the Tannis or cards like the Mega Polar from your graveyard, and then using cards like Slider during your opponent's turn to revive back one of your banished Ursarctic monster or one of your Ursarctic monster in your graveyard to disrupt your opponent's plays is insane. Not only is this card an extender, but it's a card that lets you disrupt your opponent during their turn, which is absolutely ridiculous. Like, getting access to, let's say, if you have this already in the grave with Slider, off Mike Polar, you rather search Mega Polar, so that way you have 2 disruptions during your opponent's turn, or you can even search the D Crow right here, which is of course the Mega Billis right here. You know, it's either, it just depends on the hands that you have and the deck you're facing against, but Slider and a monster in hand guarantees you 2 disruption, which is ridiculous. Remember guys, this card is an extender and also interruption bone in 1, which is ridiculous, so triple Slider. And next you're playing of course double copies of the Ursarctic Big Dipper right here. Only 2 copies because you can always get it off Polari, but drawing this card is not that bad because each time a monster is special summoned, this card gains a counter, and once per turn if your Ursarctic monster would tribute a monster to activate its effect, which is from the hand, you can banish 1 level 7 or higher monster from your graveyard instead. Ursarctic. So this obviously combos off really well with Slider right here. So Dipper and Slider is just ridiculous as well. And each time a monster is special summoned, he gains a counter. And once per turn, if a monster is special summoned and an Ursarctic single monster is on the field, you can remove all counters from this card, minimum 7, and target 1 monster opponent controls, take control of it. So this card is a change of heart, which is absolutely insane. This card is so good. It's like if you open up with Dipper, you activate Dipper and then just special summon a bunch of monsters, and then to disrupt your opponent while, of course, cards like Septeptron is on the field, you can just activate Big Dipper, take control of your opponent's monster, and it's pretty much game, man. Like, this card is just ridiculous, and hard drawing this card is not that bad, but you can always get access to this card with Polari, so you don't need to play 3 copies of this. 2 copies is enough. So that's pretty much it for all the Ursarctic monsters. That's like the main core that you should be playing. Here is the extender package that I'm playing for the deck. This core right here makes the deck 100 times better in my opinion. So this deck, in my opinion, it does neg a lot because you have to, you know, tribute a card to special summon, etc, etc. So you're obviously constantly just negging, but with cards like Deep Sea Diva, you pretty much just win the game. And I'll show you guys a 1-card unbreakable board combo near the end of this video with Deep Sea Diva. This card is ridiculous. Triple copy of Deep Sea Diva, really good, especially with cards like Deep Sea Aria. Like, Diva alone gets you access to Septentrion, which is absolutely ridiculous. And Deep Sea Aria searches your Deep Sea Diva. So you essentially have 6 copies of Deep Sea Diva in your deck. So these are like your starter cards you want to have in your opening hand. And this is why Ursarctic Departure is just insane, because it feeds your graveyard for Deep Sea Aria. And not only does it feed your graveyard for Deep Sea Aria, it also makes your Ursarctic Slider live, right? Because let's say like you open up with Aria and Departure, you can just Departure, like discard any water monster, activate Deep Sea Aria, banish the Ursarctic monster from the graveyard. Now your Ursarctic Slider is now live. Which is absolutely ridiculous, right? So, like, you're trying to get access to Deep Sea Diva on the field as quickly as possible. You summon Diva, you pretty much just win the game. So, you're playing 6 Divas in the deck. I would play 3 copies of this, but I only have 2. Double copies of Nepta Abyss. Nepta Abyss is also 1-card combo as well, which is absolutely ridiculous. You either want to open up a Nepta Abyss or a Diva, so I would recommend playing 3 copies of this. So, since I don't have a 3rd copy, I have to settle for 2, so I have to apologize, but you need 3 copies of Nepta Abyss for sure. Card is ridiculous. Next, of course, Deep Sea Minstrel. There are so many different ways to combo with this deck, and you're going to be comboing off based on the cards that you banish off the Minstrel. And Minstrel is so good because you get rid of Nibiru, get rid of the hand traps immediately, and you're going to be able to combo off efficiently without having to worry about Nibiru, which is really good. So this card helps you play around basically any hand trap. Once you resolve Minstrel, you pretty much just win the game. Next off, of course, playing triple copies of Landing Dragoons. Dragoons is also absolutely ridiculous as well. Nepta Abyss's game, Diva's game, so Dragoons is absolutely mandatory to play in the deck. And of course, the 1-ups, the 1 Artisan right here, extender, the 1 Lapis Dragon, another extender, and I'm playing the Moulin Glacier, I would cut the Moulin Glacier for the third Nepta Abyss, in my opinion. But there are plays where you're going to be unable to get access to Haki Fibrax because you use Slider early or you use one of your Ursarctic monsters. So comboing off in a different way where you can't access Needle Fiber or can't access the Mecha Phantom Beast link, you pretty much can get access to Moulin Glacier to loop your opponent, which is absolutely insane as well. So Moulin is just really good for that. For your package, you're playing the one Saravis right here. This card ensures that your combo will always go through. The one Despot 001 and the one Mecha Phantom Beast Cold Wing. These are the only cards you kind of never want to draw, right? So Diva get access to this, you pretty much just win the game. So of course, 3 cards you never want to draw. And last but not least, for the 2 utility cards, I play Moray of Greed and also Call by the Grave. Call by the Grave is absolutely mandatory. This deck is combo-based deck. Moray of Greed, believe it or not, I'll play 3 copies of this, but I only have 1. Like, I looked everywhere in my house, I only have 1 copy of Moray of Greed. But card is insane. Make sure that you don't break and ensures that you're going to try to dig deep into your deck to see a Deep Sea Diva. So Moray of Greed is just insane. So that's pretty much it for the main deck. Let's go on to the extra deck real quick. All right, guys, for the extra deck, of course, we're going to play triple copies of Ursarctic Polari. Not only is this card cute, but it's also powerful. You summon this card by sending a monster you control with level difference of 1 to the graveyard, 1 tuner, 1 non-tuner. So in this case, you can send like, you know, Nepta Abyss and also like Diva, because the level difference is of course 1 in level. So you can, you know, summon Polari, 1 Polari summon, you get activate Big Dipper directly from the deck. And also you contribute 1 level 7 or higher monster at your hand or special an Ursarctic monster from your graveyard. So this card serves as another extender, which is absolutely amazing. So triple copies Polari, amazing. And guys, by the way, before we continue with the extra deck, if you guys haven't pre-ordered your TX1 premium custom sleeves, make sure you guys get it today in the link down below at tx1.com. Most beautiful looking sleeves ever, man. If you guys are looking to sleeve up your extra deck and to bling out your extra deck, literally these sleeves are the sleeves for you. Like, you guys can also double sleeve this as well. It will look so beautiful with double sleeves to protect the art. And this is insane, guys. Only available for this weekend only for pre-order. So make sure you guys get it today in the link down below. And remember, guys, my entire website is on sale right now. So what are you guys waiting for? Check out the sale in the link in the description box below. All right, guys, next off, of course, double copy of Septentrion. This card is basically a skill drain. Negate all effect monsters face out on the field that doesn't have a level. So Septentrion is just ridiculous. And also, your opponent's special is a monster, except during the damage step, you can add 1 Ursarctic card from your deck to your hand. So obviously, your opponent's going to special with monsters. Cards a free search for Slider or Departure. This card is just absolutely ridiculous. The way you make this is you use Polari and, you know, the Math Meg Synchro to summon this card, which is really good. It's a 3000 beat stick skill drain, which is really oppressive. This card is also really great. This card you usually summon on the following turn to pop cards. So Chariot is just really good for that, to just pop cards in the field, which is absolutely ridiculous. So Chariot is nice. Next off, for utility synchros, Clearwing Fast Dragon. Card's really good. Like, you can either summon Boar Sword Savage or the Fast Dragon. Depends on what you want to do with the combo, but Diva either gets you access to Clearwing Fast with, of course, Septentrion, or War Sword with Septentrion. It's all up to you guys. If you get access to Clearwing Fast Dragon, you get a live Big Dipper, but if you want to get an additional negate, you have Savage Dragon, a Big Dipper, and also the Septentrion, but the Big Dipper isn't live. So it depends on what deck you're facing. You know what I mean? But the Boar Sword, absolutely mandatory. Vermilion Mech, Horror Dragon, of course, the Geomath Mech Magma. This card is like essential because it's basically a level 8 tuner, which is really, really good, right? So the Magma's in there. Of course, next, Deep Sea Madonna. Okay, you need to play Madonna. 1 Hero of the Art Light. Really good card right here. Gets you access to Saravis. And last but not least, for the links, is of course the Aurorodon and the Crystron Haki Fibrax. So that's pretty much it for the extra deck, guys. Extra deck is just very, very standard. Let's go on with the 1 card combo real quick. This deck is just insane. Alright guys, welcome to the combo segment of this video. I'm going to showcase you guys the 1 card combo, which is absolutely ridiculous. Alright guys, before we get started, make sure you guys get your premium TX1 sleeves today. In the link in the description box below at tx1.com. Pre-order will end this weekend, so make sure you guys get it today in the link down below. Guys, I also have metal fuel centers available as well. Limited edition drops for fuel center. I only made 100 of each fuel center of the Wind, the Law, the Shadow, and the Light Field Center. So if you guys want to collect all 4, I recommend you guys getting it, and it's also on sale on tx1.com. Same thing for the Rivalry playmat. A lot of you guys have been requesting for this playmat to get restocked, so this playmat is back for this weekend only. So make sure you guys get your playmat today in the link down below at tx1.com. So first and foremost, what you're gonna do is you're gonna normal summon Deep Sea Diva, activate Deep Sea Diva's effect to special Nept Abyss directly from the deck. Now you're gonna activate Nept Abyss effect to send Alani Dragoons to the graveyard to add Dragoons. Now Dragoon's gonna activate its effect to search Deep Sea Minstrel directly from your deck to your hand. And the reason why this combo is just so good is because if Deep Sea Diva or Nept Abyss doesn't get stopped, as soon as you summon Minstrel, you pretty much just win the game, because you're gonna activate Minstrel, send itself to the graveyard with Alani Dragoons. Minstrel is gonna look at your opponent's hand, any Nibiru, hand trap, you banish it, okay? So right now your opponent has 1 card banished right here, okay? I'm going to indicate this card right here as the card that we banish off our opponent's hand, okay? Since Dragoon got sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster effect, the Dragoon's gonna activate its effect to search your Lapis Dragon directly from your deck to your hand. Since Lapis Dragon was searched, you can activate Lapis Dragon's effect to special summon itself to your side of the field. Now what you're gonna do is that using Deep Sea Diva and Nept Abyss right here, link these 2 to the graveyard, special summon Crystron Haki Fibrax. Now you're gonna activate Haki Fibrax's effect to special summon Despot 001 directly from the deck. And now using 001 and Haki Fibrax, link these 2 to the grave to special summon the Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon. Now you're gonna activate Auroradon's effect to special summon 3 tokens. So you special summon 3 tokens off Auroradon's effect. Now since 2 or more monsters special summon simultaneously on your side of the field, you get to trigger off Despot 001's effect to special summon itself to your side of the field. And remember, the tokens are all level 3 monsters, which is really important, okay? Now what you're gonna do is that using a level 3 token and Despot 001, you're gonna synchro these cards, synchro the 2 to make Hero the Arclight. And now what you do next is that using Lapis Dragon and a level 3 token, you're gonna synchro the Lapis Dragon away to make the Borosword Savage Dragon. So you summon Borosword right here. Now you're gonna activate Borosword's effect to equip the Crystron Haki Fibrax to Borosword. So now since Borosword is out, you pretty much have in the gate to stop another hand trap, which is really good. Remember, this is off 1 card. Now you can activate, of course, your Auroradon to tribute the token and also the Hero the Arclight to special summon, of course, the Coltwing directly from the deck. Now when Coltwing comes out, you're gonna activate Coltwing's effect to special summon 2 tokens, which is insane. And since 2 or more monsters summon simultaneously, you can activate Despot 001 effect in the grave to special summon itself back from the graveyard, which is absolutely ridiculous. And so now I'm gonna do next that using 001 and also the 2 level 3 tokens, this will make you a level 7 synchro to special summon your Deep Sea Prima Madonna. Now what you're gonna do is that you're gonna activate the Prima Madonna's effect to target one of your opponent's banished cards, which is this card right here that you banish, okay? And let's say they have a Nibiru, okay? So you can even give them Nibiru. It doesn't even matter because you have Borosword right here to negate Nibiru. You're gonna activate its effect to put the card you banish off the Minstrel back to their hand to activate this card's ability to special summon the Artisan directly from the deck. And once Artisan is special summoned, you get to mill a card. So you mill a random card to the graveyard. This card will activate its effect to special summon back the Deep Sea Minstrel back from the grave, which is absolutely ridiculous, right? Okay, so this is the card randomly milled, which is really, really good. And now what you're gonna do is that using Coltwing and also Minstrel, this is a tuner. This card's a tuner and this is a non-tuner monster, and the level difference between Deep Sea Minstrel and Coltwing is obviously 1. So you can send these 2 cards to the graveyard, okay, to synchro summon into your Ursarctic Polari, okay, which is absolutely insane. So once Polari is summoned, you can activate Polari's effect. Oh, also I totally forgot, Hero the Arclight will trigger off its effect since it was sent to the graveyard to trigger off the Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon. Herald will also get to search a Ceravis directly from your deck to your hand. So you have this card in your hand. So I like to apologize since now Polari is summoned. Yo, Polari sounds like a curry, man. I don't know, man. I swear I had Polari before. I swear it's some sort of like Indian food. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but you're gonna, of course, activate Big Dipper directly from the deck. Now what you're gonna do is that using Prima Madonna and also the Artisan, you're gonna make the Geomathmech Magma. Right here, it's a level 8. So since now you control Polari and also Geomathmech Magma, the level difference between this and this is 7, right? So you can just send these 2 to the graveyard to make your Ursarctic Septentrion, which is absolutely ridiculous, okay? And remember, this is a skill drain, which is absolutely insane. You have Big Dipper on the field and you have Ceravis in your hand, okay? So this is just off 1 card. Like Deep Sea Diva gets you access to your main win condition, which is your Septentrion. Honestly, I might put this in defense to play around Lightning Storm, but you shouldn't put this in defense because 700, anything can run over it, and you don't want that to happen, you know what I mean? So maybe it's right to put this card in the fence, but this is off one card. You have Big Dipper on the field. I believe Big Dipper has 2 counters. Also, this card has amazing ability. If your opponent were to special summon a monster, except during the damage step, you can actually add Ursarctic monster directly from your deck to your hand. So immediately, you can activate this card's effect to search an Ursarctic card, which is absolutely ridiculous. And the card that I'd search, to be honest, you can either search a monster. You know, if you have like another Ursarctic monster, you can search an Ursarctic, like you can search an Ursarctic monster, so you can have an additional negate, which is really, really good, or disruption. But if you want follow-ups the following turn, you can search another departure. Honestly, guys, you don't need 10 negates to win Yu-Gi-Oh, man. As long as you have like 1 negate like skill drain, that can negate like 7 cards. You know what I mean? Like they can't combo off. Like imagine Dragon Link trying to beat this card. You're not beating it. So I love this deck so much. It's super duper fun. It's a new way to synchro summon, which is actually really, really good. Let me know your thoughts about this deck in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, smash thumbs up button. It'd be absolutely amazing. And remember, guys, this is just off 1 card. Like literally, like this is your entire end board with 1 card. You have 4 other cards in your hand. Like this is ridiculous. Like if you have like more monsters in your hand, you have more disruption. Like it's just insane, man. What you can do with this deck. And this deck is so fun to play, man. I think it's the funnest deck when it comes to Ancient Guardians, in my opinion. So thank you guys so much for watching. Smash thumbs up button if you guys want to see more videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys get your playmats today in the link down below at tx1.com. That's pretty much it. This is your boy Sam from Team Sam signing out. Alright guys, peace.
Be sure to get your playmat today at tsx1.com.